In the 1980s, Iran and Iraq went to war, and for a period, they started attacking oil tankers that were carrying each other's oil as a tactic of war. And at that point, Kuwait actually formally asked the United States to protect its tankers, asked the permission to put American flag on its tankers, and it's for the first time during the Reagan administration where the Carter Doctrine sort of goes further. In 1985, the United States for the first time actually bombs from the air a number of Iranian sea oil rigs and also oil facilities on Iran's shore. They come very close at that point in time to direct military confrontation. And from that moment on, the US military footprint in the Middle East has only expanded. And it's all, with the few exceptions of here and there in Jordan, all the bases are in and around the Gulf. I mean, if you look at it, some of America's largest military bases are sort of like a string of pearls from Oman to Kuwait and into Iraq. Today, the most important American military command is CENTCOM, or the Central Command, which oversees the Middle East, which is headquartered in Tampa, Florida, and in Qatar. And the largest American base in the region is America's base in Qatar, right? So this has been a sort of an arc of the United States coming into the region more and more. Now, the US's presence in the region, the most abiding reason for it all along has been Iran. I mean, that's what brought the United States more directly to backfill for the Shah when he fell. It was what brought the United States into the region to contain Iran's threat to the Gulf. Threat came from Iran, Iraq, but it's always been about Iran. There has been a period that, a 10-year period where Saddam also became an issue. When he invaded Kuwait, he invaded one of those 6 Arab countries, the United States decided that it's not going to accept the dominoes falling in the Gulf. Because if Saddam took Kuwait, not only would he become bigger, richer, more of a problem, but there was nothing to stop him from going into Saudi Arabia, and then into Qatar, and onto UAE, etc. And so the United States resolved for the first time to actually go to war to prevent the change of boundaries in the region. So the first time the US militarily got into the Gulf was not about Iran, it was actually about Iraq. And then for a period of 10 years, while President Clinton was president, the United States followed what was known as a dual containment strategy, which is we have to contain both Iran and Iraq. So the much larger countries to the west and to the north of the Gulf became the biggest threats to the rich countries of southern part of the Gulf. The larger this threat, the more those countries became dependent on the United States. And the more America's investment in the region grew. And so facts on the ground were created, if you would, around the security of the Gulf. There's no other region in the world where the United States has this degree of military investment on the ground to provide security.